Lila had been dating Jake for 6 months, and she thought she knew him well. He was kind, funny, smart, and handsome. He worked as a software engineer at a tech company, and he loved to play video games and watch sci-fi movies. He was everything she wanted in a boyfriend. One day, she decided to surprise him at his apartment with some pizza and beer. She knocked on the door, expecting to see his smiling face. Instead, she was greeted by a man who looked exactly like Jake, but with a different hairstyle and clothes. "Hi, can I help you?" he asked, confused. Lila felt a surge of panic. Was this Jake's twin brother? Why had he never mentioned him before? Was he hiding something from her? Hi, I'm Lila, Jake's girlfriend. Is he here?" she stammered. The man's eyes widened. "Jake's girlfriend? You mean my brother's girlfriend?" Lila nodded, feeling more nervous. The man sighed and shook his head. "I'm sorry, Lila, but I think you've been duped. Jake doesn't have a girlfriend. He's been using my identity to date you. He's been lying to you this whole time." Lila felt a wave of disbelief and anger. How could Jake do this to her? How could he betray her trust and play with her feelings? She felt tears sting her eyes. "What do you mean? Why would he do that?" she asked, hoping it was some kind of sick joke. The man opened the door wider and invited her in. "Come on, I'll explain everything. My name is Jason, by the way. I'm Jake's twin brother, and I'm really sorry for what he's done to you." Lila followed Jason into the apartment, feeling numb and betrayed. She saw Jake sitting on the couch playing a video game. He looked up and saw her, and his face turned pale. "Hey, Lila, what are you doing here?" he asked nervously. Jason glared at him and said, "Don't play dumb, Jake. You know exactly why she's here. You've been using my identity to date her, and you've been lying to her this whole time. How could you do that to her? How could you do that to me?" Jake looked guilty and ashamed. He turned off the game and stood up. "I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry, Lila. I can explain." Lila felt a surge of anger. She slapped Jake across the face and said, "Explain what? How you've been deceiving me for 6 months. How you've been pretending to be someone else. How you've been playing with my feelings. How you've been cheating on me with other girls." Jake winced and said, "I'm not cheating on you, Lila. You're the only one I love. I just wanted to impress you. I wanted to make you happy. I thought you wouldn't like me for who I really am." Lila shook her head and said, "Who you really are? I don't even know who you really are. You've been lying to me about everything. Your name, your job, your hobbies, your family. You've been living a double life. You've been using your brother's identity to date me. You've been stealing his photos, his clothes, his car. You've been hacking into his social media accounts, his email, his phone. You've been invading his privacy, his security, his trust. You've been hurting him, and you've been hurting me. You're a fraud, Jake. I love you, Lila. I love you so much. Please don't leave me. Please give me another chance. Please forgive me." Lila looked at him and said, "I'm sorry, Jake. I can't. I can't trust you. I can't love you. I can't be with you. It's over, Jake. It's over." She turned to Jason and said, "Thank you, Jason. Thank you for telling me the truth. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being kind. I'm sorry for what your brother did to you. I'm sorry for what he did to us. I hope you can forgive him. I hope you can help him. I hope you can be happy." Jason nodded and said, "Thank you, Lila. Thank you for being brave. Thank you for being strong. Thank you for being yourself. I'm sorry for what my brother did to you. I'm sorry for what he did to us. I forgive him. I'll help him. I'll be happy, and I hope you'll be happy too." Lila smiled and said, "Thank you, Jason. I'll be happy. You all be happy too." She hugged Jason and said goodbye. She walked out of the apartment, feeling sad and angry, but also hopeful and free. She had learned a valuable lesson. She had learned to trust her instincts. She had learned to value herself. She had learned to love herself.